Hello guys, in today's video, I'll be teaching you guys how to make a simple Minecraft Bedrock Sky, just like this. This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition, not Java Edition. Also, please note, I will not be teaching you guys how to blend your skies or how to cut up your skies. I will just be explaining which softwares to use for that and the steps. I will not be doing any examples of that. Okay, first, I'm going to teach you guys how to make a Bedrock Sky for Bedrock, and then I'll just put a timestamp on screen for you can skip for the Java one if you want. But alright, let's dive in. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go into your pack. I just have File Explorer open, but this is going to be the same thing if you're doing this on desktop. So go into your pack. You're going to go into textures. If you followed my tutorial of the last video, you'll see I show you how to make a manifest.json and a pack icon. Just make a pack and make the textures folder. Go into the textures. The required thing for making a sky, if you're just making a sky, is you're going to need the environment folder. Make sure you have the environment folder. That is where the sky is going to be. You do not need the items or the item texture. This is just from a previous video. You do not need these. Anyway, you're going to go into environment. You do not need any of these textures. I'm not changing them, so you can delete them if you want. In this case, I'm going to delete them. What you are going to need, however, is the overworld _cube map. I can put this in the description as well. This is the name of the folder you are going to need for your sky. If this is not correct, it's not going to load the sky. But it is literally just this simple. You just need to have this folder named overworld _cube map. And now, once you go inside it, now the next thing you're going to do, oh, these are just from the copy paste. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to need to get in a format of this, like this. Okay, so what this is cut up images of a huge image. There are different ways you can do this. The most popular method is to use cube the sphere. You can look this up on your web browser. I actually mainly just use my friend. I asked my friend to to do it and blend the skies because he's really good at it and he's very talented. So he made this guy for me. However, what you can do to find your sky is open your web browser. All right, open it. If you want to find the most popular, the method that I use, you can make your own custom sky if you want. I've done that. The most easiest and most used way of getting skies is to literally just look up a sky. So clear day sky. So then I'm using Microsoft Edge, so basically you search up for a sky, and depending on what search browser you're using, oh, here we go, images. Here we go. So depending on what search engine you're using, it'll just show up a bunch of images. You can just go over and look through them and just pick one, like, oh man, that one looks really good. This one looks pretty good. Oh, this one looks pretty good. So there is one very important note while I have this up. This is very important for both Java and Bedrock skies. What you're going to want to do is you will want to pick one that is 4K or a very high resolution. Like this is 2940 by 1960. That I believe that's a pretty high. That's a pretty high resolution. This one is a 2560 by 1600. So basically, I'm not super good at reading the numbers for the resolution. But basically, you're going to want to try to find a 4K image or just a really high quality image that is something like maybe like this or something. No, that's not that. That's a lower resolution. But basically something that is a high resolution. It's going to look better when you use Cube the Sphere or anything that's going to cut up your image, because you're going to take this, put it in Cube the Sphere or any app that's going to cut it into slices. And then the higher the resolution, the better your sky is going to look. Okay? And then I'm not going to do this part because I'm not that good at it and I don't want to do. But the next thing after you download this, you're going to go into your painting software and blend that. You can look up tutorials how to blend stuff. I am not talented in that regard. Blending stuff is extremely I'm just not good at blending. There's tutorials out there. Paint.net is a very popular thing to use for blending. I use also Krita as well. Just basically any software that you like that can blend. That's gonna be the next step. Is basically removing lines because when Cube the Sphere will draw when it cuts the image. Sometimes it doesn't turn out perfectly. There's going to be like a line through it, and then you're going to have to blend that. Once you blend that, that's how basically you blend that, and then you take and then you blend it. And now I'll show you the next step. So basically, the next step is that after you use Cube the Sphere or the cutting software you're going to use to cut your image, it's going to be it's not going to have the numbers. In fact, it's going to, if you use Cube the Sphere, it's going to say front, back, left, right, all that. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to actually want to label these. For Bedrock, their method is by labeling them cube map underscore a number such as 0, 1, and so on and so forth. Each number corresponds to a part of the sky. So each one of these, like this is the front, if I remember correctly, 2 is front. And so each number will correspond to a section of the sky. Now, of course, I don't have these really memorized, so I will put in the description of this video of all the numbers used for labeling your skies after you use Cube the Sphere. All right? Now, with that all said, I will assume that you have already blended your sky and you have picked out a good sky that you like. So then the next step is extremely simple. We just have that's basically everything for making the Bedrock Sky. It's super simple. I'm super thankful it's so simple, but then now the next step is extremely simple. Go to your pack, go right click on your pack, go down to click your pack, right click on it, and go down to compress, and then compress to zip file. It will let it compress. Now, the next step you're going to do is rename your pack. And so I just did that by, I clicked enter. You don't have to do that, but then once I clicked enter, then I right-clicked on the file and then clicked rename. You're going to go over to the .zip, and you're going to change the .zip to an MC pack, just like we did in the last video. So we just do it that simple. Windows will prompt you with a prompt saying that you're changing the file extension. That's fine. Just click yes. And now you'll see that it's a Minecraft icon just as in the last video. And then next up is to just double click it and it should open Minecraft. Alright, once you're in Minecraft, it should pop up a prompt that says importing pack and then should say successful. I just missed it, but it should have successfully imported. If it did, you can go into settings, scroll down to global resource packs, go to my packs, and then we see the video pack. I'm going to activate that and then close out settings. It should reload the pack. All right, now we're going to close out settings again. Once that happened. All right, now they'll load into a world, and once you're in, you should hopefully have, now if you did everything correctly, you should see your sky, which is pretty nice. This is just my building testing world and me messing around a little bit. But if you did everything correctly, there should be no edges. There shouldn't be anything, there should be any, like, hopefully no lines in your sky. Yeah, but with that all said, that is basically everything for today's video. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, and this is a pretty simple tutorial. I didn't really go super in depth. If you guys are looking for tutorials of how to blend and all that, I'm not going to be covering that. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube to show in-depth tutorials of blending and all that. I just wanted to cover a simple tutorial of how to make a Bedrock Sky, because I really like making them and putting them into packs. This one is actually, this guy is I just reused from one of my other packs. You can download one of my packs that has it. But with that all said, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya!